Hello, my name is Jay Christiansen, and I'm the Health and Human Sciences educator with Purdue Extension in Vigo County. Today, we're going to talk about one of our videos from our food prescription program called Commit to Be Fit. Being physically active is one of the most important actions that people of all ages can take to improve their health. Adults who are physically active are healthier and are less likely to develop chronic diseases. Exercise not only changes your body, it changes your mind, attitude, and your mood. Making the commitment to be fit and live a healthy lifestyle may seem daunting at first. Of all the challenges that exist once we make this decision, I'm reminded of a quote by Rocky Balboa. The toughest opponent that you're ever going to have to face is in the mirror. And why is that? Because the truth is, exercise is hard, especially when we start. It increases our heart rate, forces us to breathe deep and become somewhat breathless, causes our muscles to hurt or burn, and in the end, it's exhausting. But with time, persistence, effort, hard work, and dedication, we will begin to see the results as we are training our muscles, our heart, lungs, or in other words, our bodies, to becoming stronger and fitter. Our hard work will be evident in the form of greater stamina, greater strength and conditioning, and better coordination. When you decide to create the most effective workout routine possible for you to reach your specific fitness goals, there is an important question that you need to ask yourself first. What is your exercise and workout goals? Here are a few examples that you might consider. I want to build muscle, to lose fat or lose weight, to increase my strength, to get in shape, or to be healthier. As we move throughout this presentation and in the weeks to come, keep in mind, what is your purpose or reason for exercising on a more regular basis? Less than 5% of adults participate in 30 minutes of physical activity each day, and 1 in 3 adults receive the recommended amount of physical activity each week. More than 80% of adults do not meet the guidelines for both aerobic and muscle strengthening activities. On these next 2 slides, we're going to look at some of the benefits of exercise. First, it may help prevent some types of cancer. It can help to strengthen our lungs, strengthen our muscles, help us to maintain and achieve a healthy weight. It can help to strengthen our bones and joints, improve our balance, help us to have more energy, and help us to cope and manage with our stress. Can you think of any other benefits that are not listed on the screen? Some other benefits that we may consider are that exercise can help to slow bone loss, can help to give us confidence, to sleep better, help to reduce our risk of developing chronic diseases, and improve our mental health. The Physical Activity Guidelines for Americans Second Edition are listed here on the screen. The first recommendation is to move more and sit less throughout the day. Second, moderate intensity activity, aerobic activity of at least 150 minutes a week, and muscle strengthening activity on at least 2 days per week. Moderate intense activities, or anything that gets our heart beating a little faster, may include things like walking briskly, water aerobics, bicycling slowly, or a leisure game of tennis. Vigorous intense activities may include race walking, race running, swimming laps, or bicycling faster than 10 miles an hour. If the time frame mentioned in these guidelines is more than you can do right now, remember, do what you can. Next, we're going to talk about some strategies that we can use to increase the amount of physical activity that we receive each day. First, choose activities that you enjoy and do them on a regular basis. Second, wake up 30 minutes earlier a few days each week. Third, park farther away from your desired destination and walk the extra distance. 4, replace sedentary activities such as watching TV with a more physically active alternative like walking. 5, do stretches or exercises while watching TV or during the commercials. 6, consider joining a walking or running group. 7, recruit a partner for support and encouragement. Along the way, we all encounter challenges that prevent us from exercising daily. So over the next 4 slides, we're going to talk about 4 common barriers that we may experience as we're trying to increase the amount of physical activity that we receive each day. The first barrier is that we don't have enough time. We all barely have enough time to do everything, so exercise may seem like another thing that we have to do during the day. A solution to this barrier may include monitoring our activities for 1 week and identify 3 30-minute slots that you could exercise. Select activities that you can fit into your work or home routine, such as walking in your neighborhood, climbing the stairs at your office, or exercising while watching TV are all good options. The second barrier is a lack of motivation and/or energy. Planning ahead is very important. Knowing when, with who, and what you will be doing are all things that we can consider. Our solution to a lack of motivation and/or energy is, again, to plan ahead. Schedule physical activity for specific times and days and check it off your list or calendar each time you complete it. Determine what time of day you feel more energetic and try to fit your exercise into that time frame. Consider joining an exercise group or seek others to help motivate you and keep you accountable for attending the exercise class or for incorporating exercise into your daily routine. Feeling unmotivated might arise from our desire to not participate in certain types of exercise, such as some people do not enjoy running or riding a bicycle. Before you set your fitness goals, make a list of activities that you enjoy or exercises that you would enjoy and incorporate them into your workout routine. Our third barrier is that some of us may encounter that we have no support from our family or friends as we are making positive and healthy changes in our life. So how might you overcome this particular challenge? A solution could be is that we explain our fitness and health improvement goals to our friends and family and ask for their support. We can consider inviting them to participate in physical activity with us, such as joining a local YMCA or a walking, running, or cycling club, to where we can find people who have similar goals as us so that we can find support. We can also consider joining a recreational sports team. Our last barrier is that some of us may have a lack of resources. Paying for a gym membership or a fitness class may not be in our budget. So what can we do? A solution to this barrier is that we may find activities that require minimal facilities or equipment, such as running, walking, or riding a bike. There are streaming video services that are available that are free or relatively inexpensive that we might consider. We can also look at and identify inexpensive community resources, such as parks and recreation programs, worksite wellness groups, walking clubs, etc. Exercise bands are also a relatively inexpensive item that can help us to incorporate more physical activity into our day. As you think about the challenges and barriers that we have just previously discussed and ones that we may possibly encounter, are there other challenges that you might face? How might you overcome them in the coming weeks, months, and years? Over the next few slides, I want to give a couple examples of 2 individuals and how we can also find ways to incorporate more physical activity into our daily routine. Our first example is a lady named Jane. Jane is semi-active and has set a goal of doing 1 hour of moderate intense aerobic activity on 5 days each week. Her goal is to lose 1 pound each week. To do this, Jane cuts back on her calories and starts walking 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening on most days of the week. She walks at a 2.5 mile an hour pace. Although physical activity tables show this to be a light intensity activity, for her fitness level at this moment, it is an appropriate type of moderate intensity activity. 2 months later, Jane is comfortably walking 30 to 40 minutes at a moderate intensity to and from her bus stop every day. She then adds variety to her activity by alternating among walking, riding a stationary bicycle, and low-impact aerobics. She also begins muscle strengthening activities using elastic bands twice a week. Eventually, Jane works up to 300 minutes a week of moderate intensity aerobic activity, including her brisk walks to and from the bus stop. Over a year, she has lost 40 pounds, with most of the weight loss occurring the previous 6 months when she was able to master her diet and was able to do greater amounts of physical activity. Our second example is of Doug. Doug does not currently exercise. Doug was a soccer player in his youth, and his goal is to get back into shape by becoming a regular recreational runner. In addition to his job operating heavy equipment, he walks 30 to 40 minutes a day on 5 days each week. He also lifts weights 2 days a week. Doug starts a walk-jog program with a coworker and plans to gradually replace walking with jogging and then running. The first week he goes out on 5 days, walking for 25 minutes and jogging for 5. Each week, Doug gradually increases the time spent jogging and reduces the time spent walking. He also continues his weightlifting program. Eventually, Doug is running 30 to 45 minutes 4 days a week and lifting weights 2 days a week. He also goes for a 1-hour bicycle ride on most weekends. In both examples, we can see how making small adjustments allows for time for us to make physical activity a part of our daily routine. Physical activity is an important part of achieving and maintaining a healthy weight. Being physically active is one of the most important actions that people of all ages can take to improve their health. Adults who are physically active are healthier and are less likely to develop many chronic diseases that adults who are inactive are more at risk for. Depending on where you are in your fitness journey, your goals may look different. We're going to talk about how we can set appropriate goals for our fitness and exercise goals in the future. So I want to talk to you about the SMART technique. SMART is an acronym that we can use to help create our goals, and not just goals that are related to our fitness or physical activity efforts. To reach your goals, make sure they are SMART. And so we're going to take a look at what each of these letters in SMART means. First is specific. Our goals need to be clear. What do I want to accomplish? Why is this important? Who needs to be involved? And what resources do I need? Next, our goals need to be measurable, which means they need to be meaningful and motivating. How will we measure our goals to see if we have accomplished it or not? Making our goals measurable also allows us to track our progress and know if we are on target. Next, our goals need to be obtainable, or they need to be achievable. Your goal should stretch your abilities, but not be too difficult that you are unable to achieve it. Next, our goals need to be relevant, or they need to be realistic. Does this goal matter to you, and can you achieve it given your resources and your current situation? And last, our goals need to be time-bound, meaning that they are time-based. Goals need to have a target date or an end date to work towards. Now that we have taken a few moments to learn about how we can set goals using the SMART technique, you can now work on creating your own fitness goals. But remember, make your goals specific, measurable, obtainable, relevant, and time-bound. Here are a few examples that you might want to consider using. A more general goal would be, if you're just starting out, a SMART goal could be, I will do 150 minutes of moderate aerobic physical activity each week. A more specific plan might be, by October 15th of 2020, I will run a 5K. Then make plans on how you obtain that goal. And the last example focuses on weight loss. If your goal is to lose weight, a SMART goal could be, I plan to lose 8 pounds over the next 8 weeks. For more information about Purdue Extension and the programs and events that we offer in our community, please visit our website at extension.purdue.edu/Vigo or visit our Facebook page, Purdue Extension Vigo County.